Good morning, my ape are back. Here's the plan. Today is 6 months after the day that we published the first video. We'll just have a wander around and see what it looks like. The pool guys are back, but for how long? The roof guys are not back. We'll talk about some of your comments about the purlins. Plastering is going on around the gym at the moment on the outside. I'm sure it's also going on inside the home theatre room and maybe elsewhere. More work on windows, more work on door frames probably. What else could there possibly be? It's an adventure. What could possibly go wrong today? Here's the plan. Move to the Philippines after 30 years of living in Hong Kong. Build a house. Do some gardening. Video, hopefully the whole process. There could be some speed bumps. We've moved in the middle of COVID, so all of this has been delayed. It's the rainy season, so this should have been yesterday, but we were in the middle of a typhoon. We know nothing about building houses, or gardening, or filming, or editing. What could possibly go wrong? Here we are on day one of building our new house. We're in Pampanga province, quite close to the town of Magalang, and about 30 minutes drive to Angeles City and the international airport at Clark. So this is the front of the house. So on this side we'll have a living room, and the front door will be somewhere here, not sure where yet. And then there'll be a dining room, kind of formal dining room. And then we will have the kitchen. Sorry, the ground's a bit bumpy. Kitchen will be here. And then behind the kitchen, we'll have a laundry room and a helper's quarters. And right at the back, we'll have a dirty kitchen. Very popular in the Philippines, so that's where you apparently cook all your smelly food. Or in some cases, it seems, all of your food. And then as we go across the back, there'll be a lanai, kind of an open area that we're hoping feels a bit indoor-outdoory. And back in that corner, we'll have a home theatre room, which I can't afford to put any equipment in, and a small gymnasium spa area. So that's the general layout, and at the back of the house there'll be the swimming pool. And this is what we got today. It's quite easy when you're looking at something every single day to lose appreciation for how much can happen over a period of time, and really a pretty short period of time. It's like, I don't know, a bit like watching your kids grow up. When you're there every day, you don't realise they're growing, and then suddenly it's all done. Well, we're not all done here, obviously, by a long way, but 6 months with what I believe so far to be a good builder and a good crew, including a very good, I think, lead foreman, but don't let him hear me say that. This is what can be done, and this is the house. Remember, we've got the wall that goes 635 metres around this property, and we've got that little thing at the back. Yeah, they've also done this in less than 6 months. I can't remember what was day one for this, but clearly a massive amount of progress here as well. It's all pretty gobsmacking. This is going to be noisy because the drill's going over there somewhere. It will be in a second. The pool guys back working on this bridge. lot more to do, I have to say. After that, do we lose them again? I suspect the answer is yes, but I've not spoken to the engineer yet to find out whether any more material has come in that would mean they could continue. I doubt it. Plastering, rendering, or now upchucking, mudding, mud pieing, or what was the other one? Bubblegumming. Continuing here on the gym, on the south side. Then I guess, well, I'm not sure if they're going to get much more done today. They'll, I hope, finish this wall all the way down, and then we'll see what happens next. More work going on for the storage room by the carport, which I think we've also pretty much decided now is the only place we can use if and when we get batteries for a solar system. We've ruled out the laundry room. It's a little bit small. We want to make sure that those batteries are stored in an environment that is as well ventilated as it can be. And I think this will be okay. We'll have to put in some kind of cooling. I'm sure it'll just be a ceiling fan or a standing fan or both. But I think this is where it's going to have to be. But they are continuing to put the concrete hollow block up above the roof beam. And when was that wall finished with the door in it? I missed that. Was that a long time ago? Don't think so. Kitchen windows being nicely squared away again. The window sill being prepared. And all around the other edges of the windows have been squared off already. So the roof crew are not back. I don't know if they're coming back. There were some comments yesterday from you guys, and as always, they're really appreciated. The general feeling seems to be, this is very generalised, we're probably okay. There were more than one comments suggesting sag rods going between the purlins to try and keep them in place. At the same time, there was at least one comment saying, well, listen, the purlins are pretty close together. And for the people that put the roof on top, probably they can work with these bent purlins, certainly the ones at the far end, which are the worst ones we've seen. I haven't still spoken to the engineer, so my guess is we're going to kind of just live with what there is, and hopefully that doesn't cause any problems for roof team B when they come. Up here in the master bathroom, three things. Firstly, over here, they have moved one of the orange pipes. So you can now see one whole pipe and two emerging ends. The one in the center now is not going to be used. So they've moved the other one on the left so that now there'll be two sinks and they'll be separated by a fair amount of space. Second thing, white pipes. I think these are the PPR pipes. So water piping going in. And again, I still don't know enough about how all of this water is going to work, but we'll come back to that when I've got a bit of a better idea from the engineer. And finally, this window, which we had extending down pretty low, well, they have no choice. They're going to have to fill in part of that because, as you can see, the roof over the gym comes up, what's that, a metre, 3 feet? Maybe, no, a bit less than that, maybe 2 feet above where the bottom of that window was going to be. And there's no point having a window at the bottom that is looking into a roof. So that window will be slightly shortened. You can probably make out there's still quite a few trusses that have not yet had the red oxide paint on them. That has to be done. Inside the echoey home theatre, this wall is very nearly plastered, which will be the third of the 4. Very nearly done in here. I'm not sure if you can see it from this far back, but there is now a maze of wires emerging from pipes over there. In the gym, we've now got walls plastered starting from the entrance over here. Keep your dizzy pills close, here we go. Extending round to here, and the top half of this wall, which is the small bathroom that's in here. Getting closer. Still. And lastly for now, the door frames for both the laundry room on the right and the helper's room on the left, almost completely plastered in and cleaned up. Tiny bit more to do. And the same is true of the door frame going into the helper's bathroom. That's got the most work left to do, but even that is very nearly finished. It's 4:30. We'll start here on the south wall of the gym. Very nearly finished with plastering, or one of the multitude of other names we're now giving it. Just the bottom right corner, not quite finished yet. And they have started to apply an initial bit of plaster, very, very rough, on this, the west wall. Inside the gym, Romwell's got this wall done. So we're that makes us 25%, maybe a little bit more, of the way around the interior walls. And it's OT time again. And it's OT for a reason that makes me very happy. Red oxide paint going back on these purlins. All of these door frames, including the one in the helper's room bathroom, are now fully plastered in. In the kitchen, we now have both windows squared in, plus, for some reason, oh, I hope that wasn't somebody falling off the roof. No, don't worry, it wasn't. We now have plaster on the column in that corner, and in that corner. Don't worry, it's just stuff coming off the roof, not people. Oh goodness, they're cleaning up upstairs. Inside the home theatre, the still very echoey home theatre, all the plastering done round to here. This gets very bright. This wall, or at least the left side of the door, still to be done. The storage room and carport, all of the concrete hollow blocks up at the top above the roof beam, now in place. Plastering next at some point. I've left till last what I think for me might just be the highlight of the day. The pool crew finished for now everything they're going to do on those bridges, but then they stuck around and they did this. We have on top of this bench the white pebble dash, and I think it looks great. So there we go, 6 months in, and we've got this. It's lovely. We are very, very fortunate that we've had this much work has been finished. As I said earlier, still a long way to go, but unbelievable what 6 months can mean with a lot of hard work, huge amount of hard work. I mean, don't forget, a lot of these guys, most of these guys, all of these guys are working 6 days a week in temperatures that, you know, I'm just standing here and it's 4:45 by now and I'm sweating just standing here. But it can be done. And I'm sure there are other builds that have gone faster, maybe been done better. I'm not crowing about this particular one. Well, I am a bit. But in the end, this is ours, and it's just remarkable that in 6 months we can get so much. How much longer to finish? No idea. I have a horrible feeling that we're going to slow things down with finishing by being indecisive. But that's all still to come. For now, 6 months, done and dusted. See you tomorrow.